Orion is proudly sponsored by Gecko Cards, your go-to store for all things Yu-Gi-Oh! Check out the link in the description for great deals, fast shipping, and to help us out. What's up, duelists? Welcome back to Team Orion. I'm Chris, and today we're showing off Kewl, but this time in Genesys format. I put this deck together at 98 points. To be honest, I was debating between a couple of extra things that required points, but I felt like this list was very standard, very good, so much so that I actually won our latest Genesys tournament playing Kewl. Without further ado, let's just jump into the deck. So for the main deck, we've got 3Q. There's a reason that it now has 5 points. Summon any tuner from the hand, deck, or grave, and being able to rip cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Reason why it has 5 points. I don't disagree that it deserves points. 3 Reco, summons Mix, summons Clip. Being able to pop a spell or trap if it's used as synchro material. Not too bad, not too shabby. 3 Mix, searching Reco, searching Q. Pops a monster upon it being used as synchro material. Play 3 of it because you have to, basically. 2 Clip, this is another point where I was like, Clip having 5 points was a bit of a struggle, because it's like, you basically have to play 2 now, rather than 3, although it isn't the worst, you can still search it off everything. Being able to rip a random card out of your opponent's extra deck, cast a Unicorn turn 0 is not too bad. So that's it for the Kewl monsters. So for the spells, we're playing just the spells and traps even. We're playing 3 field spell. I know people have been playing 1 or 2. I overhype this a lot. I love this at 3. I love always having this in my hand, allowing me to combo further. I know we could potentially get nibbed, but just having this on my field makes me feel safer. 3 Synchro, because why not? It's your searcher for your deck, you can activate 2 of them per turn. Add any Kewl card, then immediately Synchro, why wouldn't you play it? 1 playlist, I know some people were playing 1 in main, 2 inside. As warning, I'm not playing 2 of them in my side. I just thought 1 was enough. In theory, you can always search it with Kewl Synchro, but I never felt like I needed to. So for the hand trap version, we have got 3 Delta and a Driver. Delta requiring 7 points is not the worst, being able to negate any spell card your opponent has. Gamma at 15 is a little bit too much, so that's why we just kept with the 3 Delta. If Gamma, for example, went down to 7, immediately you were playing at least probably 2 Gamma, 1 Delta, but you guys can let me know what you think in the description below. Best hand trap in Genesys, that's 0 points arguably, Diddy Crow. Banish any card out of your opponent's grave. Just try and summon it from grave, no. Try and get something out of grave, no. There's a reason why people think this should have some points. 3 Effect Veiler. I know this has some points. I'm trying to remember what they are. I like to think they are at 7 currently, but you guys can let me know. Veiler is just amazing in this deck, both as a level 1 tuner as well as disruption towards your opponent. I would recommend definitely everybody on Kewl playing 3 of them. 2 Ghost Spell, these are 5 points each. I definitely think they're worth the 5 points. Again, similar to Crow. Being able to stop anything that might summon from grave, banish from grave, add a card from grave to hand. Even against the mirror, you can stop any of their searches using Bell as well, because we don't play Ash because it's too costly. 2 Ghost Ogre, because they are 3 points and they are necessary. There are certain continuous spells and field spells, such as Generator's Boss Stage, where you just want this card to always be in your hand towards them. I personally never drew it, even though I was against Generator, but I ended up having cards in my side deck to complement it. Toonaboo, 6 points. You pretty much have to play at least 2 of them because of how in theory cheap they are versus how well they do. I would play 3, but 98 points, it doesn't allow it. I could in theory drop something down, but I don't think it's necessary. 2's enough. I went with 1 Schoolmeister. It is free, it is no points, but being able to stop anything from your opponent's graveyard, it is very nice. I did debate bumping this up to 2 or 3 in the side deck, but I ended up playing something else that you can see very clearly right in front of me. We're playing 1 Mourner because it was 3 points, and I didn't really have anything else to put towards it, so I just chose Ghost Mourner. Ended up not really mattering, but you could potentially replace it with something else. 1 Red Nova because it's 0 points and it summons a Rekko out of deck. Why wouldn't you play this at least at 1? You could argue you could play more, but I don't think you really should. Then for the spells, we've got 3 Synchro Overtake and 1 Duelist Genesis. I could argue Synchro Overtake deserves points. Just being able to get any Synchro material that's listed on a card from deck or grave, kinda nuts. So for the extra deck, we're going with 3 RS. Spoiler warning, we're pretty much playing every single Kewl tune at 3 copies, minus a remix of Loudest War, which we'll get into in a moment. The reason why we're playing 3 Trap Maker is because we always want to be summoning it to search further. You can use it to bounce a card from your opponent's field to the hand. Playing 3 RS because of the grind game and also attack power. And it's also potentially stopped certain decks by modulating their level. Like I had a Goblin Backer opponent where all their Goblin Backers went to level 4 and they were kind of screwed. So that's it for the Kewl tunes. For the non-Kewl tune extra deck, we have got 1 Cheng Ying, 1 Excel. Excel would summon using, say for example, the Driver and the Delta. Summon back the Delta, make Cheng Ying. Basically Budget Baron, it doesn't have any points. Then we've got Silvera. Silvera I never actually used, but it is quite nice being able to mass a Book of Moon your entire opponent's board. Then being able to inflict double piercing with itself. It's quite nice. I never really summoned it. I might replace it with a Malong though. You guys can let me know what you think. 1 Guru and 1 Aggregator because we are playing Ultimate Slayer in the side deck. These are pretty much the best fusion and Xyz for Ultimate Slayer. Finally, for the side deck, we've got 1 Naturi Rosewhip. You can summon it off queue. Your opponent can only can only activate 1 spell or trap card each turn. So they have to either waste an Imperm, or waste a Veiler, or a Hand Trap, or anything on this in order to actually play their turn. 3 Cosmic because it's free, and there are several problem field spells, continuous spells in the format that I don't like to deal with, such as Generator Boss Stage. Being able to make them activate Boss Stage, then chain Cosmic Cyclone is a delight. 3 Dark Ruler because it's also free, and to be honest, it's just godly against certain matchups. I really love this card. I hope it doesn't get any points, but I understand if it does. Spell card Monster Reborn, being able to steal anything in opponent's grave again, similar to cards like DD Crow, Bell, just making sure they don't have resources in their grave. But it also can steal non-tuners that I could use to go into Silvera, go into Cheng Ying, for example, or Excel. Ultimate Slayer, like we said, we've seen the Xyz, Fusion, Synchros. Being able to shuffle any of those types back into the extra deck is pretty good. I'm surprised this doesn't have points. And the most thing I was surprised that it doesn't have points, Gravity Collapse. When the opponent would summon a monster, you can send a synchro monster you control to the graveyard, negate that summon, and if you do destroy that monster, and your opponent cannot summon a monster until the end of his turn. Why does this not have any points in Genesis? All the floodgates in theory have points. Why does this not? Well, that's it for the actual Kewl Toon deck for Genesis. You guys can let us know what you think in the comments below. And we hope to catch you for another video. See you guys later.